The final stop in the 2015 Pro Tyre Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge was Donington Park, and with the prospect of 3 races, the championship was far from over. All eyes were on the front runners. But disaster for Kellet saw him spat into the gravel trap at the old hairpin. He wasn't the only driver in strife. The first race ran its time, the battle at the front became a race of attrition. Chadwick, having seen his rival in the gravel, thought better of it and backed off to allow Callum Poynton to take honours. The next race was even more frantic, as Chadwick and Kellet shared the front row of the grid. This time the action started at Coppice. Whilst at the front, the top 5 ran as one. Pretty soon it was Chadwick on the move as he put pressure on Poynton to make a mistake. But Poynton kept his cool to make it 2 out of 2 at Donington Park, and with it, he kept his championship hopes alive. The final race of the 2015 Pro Tyre Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge is about to begin here at Donington Park. Pole position is Callum Poynton, but alongside him on the front row is the man who's leading the championship, Ollie Chadwick. The second row of the grid is Ryan Hatfield and James Kellet. Kellet is the only man who can stop Chadwick in his quest for GT5 Ginetta glory. The lights go out, the race gets underway. It's not the best of starts from Chadwick, but he gets away in the end as they head down towards turn 1, and it's absolutely, touching there, and it's Callum Poynton who holds the lead, looking up the inside here. That's Ryan Hatfield. Is he going to get through into second place and demote Chadwick a position? I think he might do as they come down towards the Craner curves now, so it's Poynton who leads. Look at this onboard view, absolutely side by side. This is Matt Palmer we're on board with as we drop down through the Craner curves. But it's Chadwick, the back end steps out, he keeps it together just about. We've got a spinner in the middle of the pack, and there's collected Minshaw. Minshaw goes spinning, and I think we're going to get away with that without too much damage, although one of the cars is on the gravel on the inside, so that could cause a safety car. But Poynton leads, second is Hatfield, third is Ollie Chadwick.
And there's, like I said, contact already throughout the field as it is. But that car,
Alexis Taylor, who's in the gravel trap there.
It's a 50-50 gamble whether they will call a safety car for that. I don't know, but it's still, if a car's gone off there already, another car could go off as well, and that's the danger in that. So we'll sort of wait on that one. But yeah, what a great start from all of these 3. Fantastic stuff.
And you can see the yellow flags out there, so the safety car has been deployed to remove Alexis Taylor, the former Caterham Racers car, from the pits. And there recovering is Jack Minshaw, who's had another spin somewhere, hasn't he? Yeah, because he'd recovered from the old hairpin, and now he's got going again as immediately the tractor hurtles across the track to get to that stranded Zentech car.
It did look like there was a little bit of damage just as the camera changed angle there, that Minshaw had a little bit of damage on the left rear corner of the car. So we might see him continue. We might see him coming to the bits. We'll wait and see.
Fingers crossed we'll only have 1 lap behind the safety car as they hook up Taylor's car already. Now look, let's see, keep looking at the back there. You see the orange and green car that's about to flash into shot there.
So he was innocent, really.
Yeah.
Spinning car that's now in the gravel trap collected him. Minshaw on the way down. Minshaw's done 2 or 3 360s on the way down the hill, A little bit dizzy on the way down there, but manages to continue and luckily not collect anyone else or anyone collect him on the way down. So yes, that could have been a lot worse than actually what it was. And also, we haven't actually mentioned the marshals really. They have done a great job in getting the cars out of the gravel as quickly as possible. So thank you and a well done to them as well here at Donington.
Minshaw returning to the pits after his 1080. There's a flashback to my snowboarding commentary days, but less said about them the better. But yeah, counting the number of rotations as they fly through the air. So the car being pulled off, you can see Alexis Taylor standing at the side of the track there.
Well, the Lotus safety car driver has been very, very busy. He's done more laps than some of the drivers that we've been following today. He's been pretty busy. So
there's the standings. Chadwick in front of Kellet. So if he finishes like this, Chadwick is the champion of the season, which will delight him clearly, but also because he finished second in this championship last year. So to finish second again must be a bit galling, when I'm sure, as he's a young driver, he's only 19 years of age, this isn't the peak of his career. Some of the sort of more gentlemanly drivers, this is, you know, all they want to do, but I'm sure Ollie Chadwick wants to progress up the ranks, and to do that you've got to sort of win the championships and prove you can do it. And obviously a great season for the Chadwick family. His sister Jamie taking victory in the British GT4 championship. Got involved in a few scrapes today, did Jamie, but nevertheless nothing to take away from her absolutely superb season. Safety car staying out for the moment. I'd hoped we might have got it in this lap, but it looks like we may get one more lap underneath the safety car, or behind the safety car I should say.
I'm going to be psychic now and say the lights are going to go out. Oh, no, they're not. They're still on.
Click your fingers. So I think the problem is the tractor's removed the car, but now the tractor's got to get back across the track from whence it came. So we may be having another lap here behind the safety car.
Chadwick there having a little bit of a burnout. Minshaw then coming out of the pits from his first lap incident.
Yep, the man from Hammersmith who was third in the Ford XR Challenge last season. And okay, so the tractor's removed
itself and the car away from the circuit.
But I think it's still got to get back to its original position on the other side. So they're currently, I believe, taking it towards Derby. But hopefully they'll stop before they get to there. So,
but we know the Ginettas. We know that these youngsters and the likes, as you get further back down the field, will give us a very entertaining restart. Very entertaining restart indeed.
It's Ben Hyland who's leading the GRDC Plus class, by the way, ahead of Charles Ferguson, with Rob Keogh, poleman in that class, down in third position as we have 9.5 minutes to go. On board with Matt Palmer in 7th position at the moment. The man from Reading trying to get some heat into the tyres. A couple of cracks on the windscreen by the looks of things, but
that's fairly normal in a car of this sort when you're going up and down over the curves, various different circuits across the country. The chassis slightly flexes, and the windscreen is actually glued and stuck into the windscreen base. So the windscreen does actually have a little crack. That's fairly normal to have a crack in a race car.
So across the back across the track goes the tractor, which hopefully will mean the final lap behind the safety car now.
Looks like he's having a right old field day, doesn't he? Loving it. Okay, so we will see the safety car lights, I'm sure, go out at some point, we hope, so we can crack on and get underway.
Down towards the chicane he comes. Still the lights on the safety car, but we're thinking it should come in this lap and the action can get underway. I wonder if the safety car will be in trouble for track limits there, because he was using an awful lot of the green stuff on the inside there.
I doubt it, but well spotted though.
Lights
out. Lights out, yeah.
All out. No Paddy McGuinness here. So through the final corner, 8 minutes to go in this Pro Tyre Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge race. And this restart is important for the championship. 3rd place is Ollie Chadwick. 4th place is James Kellet, so he is going to be keeping an eye on Chadwick as best he can to try and get a good getaway.
They still haven't gone yet. They're still sort of teasing each other to see when they're going to go. Now they've gone. Now they're at full.
But Kellett's done very well. It's Ollie Chadwick in the black and yellow car who's leading the championship, but his main rival is tucked right up behind him, just 2.5 tenths of a second behind him, and Chadwick knows it, so he defends, going down into turn 1, and it's a late dart to the inside. Great dummy, and Kellet goes through. I think they might have even had a bit of a touch there, and Chadwick's slowing, is he? One of the cars going off. Chadwick is slowing. Chadwick might be out of the race. Goodness me, the championship leader is severely slowing. I think there might have been a bit of a touch because it was a late dart to the inside from Kellet, and I think there might have been a tiny bit of contact, whether that is
sort of bent the exhaust system,
or maybe
something.
Snagged a tyre and he's got a puncture. But whatever happens, James Kellet is up into 3rd position now and looks set to win the Pro Time Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge title.
The front end on the car that did the overtake is as neat as you like. It doesn't look like there's been much damage.
So what has happened here? It's not really crabbing either, is it?
Hard to tell because of the black car,
stop.
whether there's any marks on it or not. The exhaust still looks intact, and he's parked it in a place to be very awkward to say, right, well, I'm not in the race, so there's going to be another safety car if I'm not in it. So he's parked it.
Well.
To ruin it for the others. But yeah, that's very odd. Very odd. He had the pace early on. He had a really good start. Yeah, it will unfold, I'm sure. Anyway, back to the leaders.
Poynton leading, Hadfield second still. Safety car deployed again. And there is Ollie Chadwick. Yeah, so he immediately goes to look at the back of the car.
It was a very good late lunge, but it looks so close that there must have been contact, but everything looks intact.
Well, I mean, I saw the touch. I saw the contact. You can see it on the bonnet of the car of James Kellet, but Chadwick is looking around for the damage and can't see any either. So
because the car's so low, it's also on the grass, it's very hard to see underneath the car, so he probably won't be able to diagnose it. Maybe smell gearbox or diff oil possibly, but it could possibly be the rear differential because it just seemed to lose drive on the exit of Redgate, and he's coasted really while trying to get a gear, trying to do everything possible to keep moving and get the momentum. Sensible that he's parked it on the grass as well because of oil, so that's also a bit of intelligent driving as well, but could have probably parked a little bit further off the track.
So look at the replay now. You'll see James Kellet dart towards the inside, a very late dummy, and watch the bonnet of Kellet. Boom, there.
Ever so slightly, yeah.
Very slight contact, but I'm sure it happened.
And then that's probably touched a little bit of the rear chassis inside of the fiberglass body and just dislodged something, and here we go. No.
Very, very strange, because it was, I think there was a little touch anyway.
I agree with you. There was a very, very small amount of touch. Is there any oil on the grass? I can't quite see.
I don't think I've ever seen a car come to a halt from such a small amount of contact.
Yeah.
That's not to discredit the Ginetta cars. They're incredibly well built, but
that's the team there. But normally these cars withstand lots more contact.
We've seen them withstand
lots
a lot
more contact than that.
Jack Minshaw's still out in the race, and he got T-boned at 80 miles an hour
and done 360s, and yeah, he's still carrying on.
Very much then advantage James Kellet, the man who came into the weekend leading the championship, had a difficult couple of races which allowed Chadwick to take the lead. Didn't finish the race yesterday, and they're going to push Chadwick back off the circuit, which means the safety car may come in this lap. It'll be a late call.
Let's hope the tractor reverses back as well into that gap and we can get going again. Let's hope.
Lights off.
Lights are out. They've got to move it quickly.
So, we haven't had that much racing, but it's Callum Poynton who is leading. It's Ryan Hadfield who is second at the moment in this Pro Tyre Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge, and in 3rd place it's James Kellet. I don't know if Kellet knows that the lights are off on the safety car, you know. I don't think he, well, yeah, maybe he doesn't care either.
He was going to overtake the safety car a minute ago.
Yeah, so away we go. Safety car pulls in, top 2 are away, and yeah, I wonder if Kellet realised that the safety car, because I guess when they came round, behind the safety car, he would have seen Chadwick's car there parked, and so he would know now that he's just got to get a fair amount of points and he will take the title.
Stuart Lynn losing a place there.
Yep, it was Luca Hurst going past as they come down the hill. No, sorry, it was James Robinson going through up into 4th place. Side by side further back. Risky stuff.
But still side by side, yeah. Oh no, sorry, the car in front has already gone, yeah. So
but
Lynn
now
really struggling there, yeah, under threat again. Yeah,
this time it is Luca Hurst who's putting him under pressure, the 20-year-old from Leeds, the 2010 World Easy Kart champion. And he wants to make up a position past Stuart Lynn. 2008 British GT4 contender, and Ginetta G20 champion in 2004 and 2006. He worked at Ginetta for 5 years. We go on board with Matt Palmer, who's dropped down to 12th in all of this. He was up as high as 7th earlier on. Not quite sure how he's lost all those places. He went off when... Oh, he was the car we saw flashing off in the background when we saw Chadwick slowing.
Yeah.
There was a black car that hurtled off. That was him, and there is Ollie Chadwick.
Oh, what an absolute shame. Today's racing has really unravelled quite a lot of disheartened for some people that thought they were taking the championship.
Yeah,
that's motorsport. That's how it goes sometimes.
That's why we love it.
Yeah.
So we've there's cars off everywhere here. That's at the Fogarty S's. One's gone deep into the gravel. The other is on the inside. Didn't quite catch either of them. The marshals get to work immediately, and we'll try and figure out who they were. I think that might have been the GRDC Plus class. Here, meanwhile, here's the battle between Stuart Lynn and Luca Hurst. There we've got a spin for the 25 car of Chris Babington.
Oh, it's all happening, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
all happening.
As he gets going again. So there's one of them who has spun off there.
So a bit of contact on the
Andrew Marshall.
Front left of that car, as you look at it on the right-hand side. That was on the exit of Foggy's S's.
Yep, so Andrew Marshall is one of the guys who's gone missing. We'll keep an eye on who the other one could be that's more sort of deeply buried in the gravel trap. Meanwhile, Callum Poynton continues to lead the way. And I think it's Chris Jones is the other man who's in the gravel. So Chris Jones, the other driver to run into problem, man who's previously raced in classic stock hatch. He was an ex-professional footballer, actually, was Chris Jones. So yeah, now he's a racing driver, but he's in the gravel, unfortunately, and out of this race. So we're on the final lap of the race after all of that, and wide goes Callum Poynton. And that is going to allow Ryan Hadfield through into the lead of the race with 2 corners to go. And that from Poynton, he's gone off under yellow flag conditions there. So not only has he lost the lead, he might be getting a bit of a telling off a little bit later on from the clerk of the course. Yeah, rubbernecking perhaps. But up towards the final corner then comes Ryan Hadfield all of a sudden in probably the most disjointed race I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ryan Hadfield is coming through the final corner to win the final race of the season in the Pro Time Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge. He's over the moon with that. Lynn and Robinson go side by side over the line. Lynn holds on to 4th place by just 0.017 seconds. Off, meanwhile, is Nick Zapolsky as well at some point on the circuit. Ollie Chadwick is out of the race, and James Kellet coming across the line to finish in 3rd place in the number 13 car, wins the Pro Time Motorsport Ginetta GT5 Challenge of 2015.
And we hadn't even mentioned him all race.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, there we go. I mean, what a way to end the season. Not the, you know, we've had some fantastic races throughout the season from the Ginettas. That one was a little disjointed.
Yeah.
That man there, Ben Highland, is the man who's won the GRDC Plus class, meanwhile, ahead of Rob Keogh. So same top 2 in GRDC Plus as yesterday, but a switch around in the orders. And yeah, there's the conclusion, and there's the race winner of Ryan Hadfield. So he comes up through the right-hander. He's over the moon with that one, is Ryan Hadfield. So here is what happened at the S's. So this is the penultimate lap incident, I think, where we're going to see Chris. Oh my goodness me!
Yeah, just
so Chris
completely missed the
Jones
first
goes
part.
straight over
Yeah.
and just careers into Andrew Marshall, and that's going to be a scary one.
Yeah, that couldn't be very nice at all, and a real shock as well, because that car would have come in from the unsighted left-hand side, and all you would have heard was bang.
Here's a look at the results after 7 laps, technically, of racing. Ryan Hadfield winning after Callum Poynton made a mistake on the final corner. James Kellet finishes 3rd, and I think that's enough to give him the championship for 2015. Stuart Lynn in 4th, James Robinson in 5th, 6th for Luca Hurst, Russ Simpson, Dan O'Brien, Ian Robinson and Matt Palmer completing the top 10. As far as the GRDC Plus class goes, it was the win for Ben Hyland, the man from Barnsley, former Lotus Elise race winner, and he finished down in 14th place, which gives him the GRDC Plus win. Jamie Chadwick fires up the car, and there is James Kellet, numero uno for James Kellet, the 17-year-old student from Leeds, 2nd in Ginetta Juniors last year. And my favourite fact about him, as those of you who've watched the races all season will know, is that he's the grandson of Len Browning, the former Leeds United striker who scored 43 goals in 97 appearances for Leeds United in the late 40s. So James Kellet wins the championship. Let's have a quick look at how the lead changed coming down towards the S's. Watch Poynton in the lead of the race in the yellow flag zone, and just ran wide. Very strange, he didn't seem to lose it, but he just got overtaken, and it was the win for Ryan Hadfield.
So confirmation of the result, Hadfield takes the win, just shy of a second ahead of Poynton. A delighted Ryan Hadfield taking victory in the final round, but a jubilant James Kellet takes the championship.
A very big smile, and rightly so. James, congratulations. What a race that was, full of incident, lots of safety cars as well. It must have been very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was an extremely hard race. 2 safety cars, I think anyway. But sorry, I can hardly speak. I've been screaming in my helmet when I've been driving around. But
what were you screaming, or is it best I don't ask?
Well, I don't know. I was just screaming. I don't even know what I was saying, to be honest. I had my fist out the window, and I was just. I'm so happy. It's been an extremely hard championship. I got a good lead at the start. The team's worked extremely hard, but I would like to say thank you to especially my mum and dad. They've put so much effort and money into me and time into me to be able to get me here, and you know what? It's been absolutely amazing, and I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Just tell us what happened, because we were watching, we've watched some replays as well, and we can't work out what happened with the Chadwick car. So what could you work out that was happening?
Well, to be honest, I'm not really sure. After the first safety car, I got a good start, and I was able to overtake Lunge Ollie into the first corner, and after that, I'm not too sure what happened with him. I think he just pulled to one side. But
no contact then?
No contact, absolutely nothing. I was quite away from him, to be honest. And then he pulled to one side. I'm not too sure if his engine cut out or electrical failure, something. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I kept my distance away from the boys in front and tried to get away from the people behind. Kept a good enough distance and was able to take third, but take the championship.
Well, congratulations from everybody here. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers, Ray. Thank you so much. Oh, my voice, I can hardly speak.
Where's your mum and dad? Have you seen them yet?
Yeah, no, they're just down there.
So James Kellet is crowned the 2015 Pro Tyre Ginetta Motorsport Champion for 2015 after a dominating performance. Frustration for Ollie Chadwick following the final round, but he still manages to take home 2nd place, with Callum Poynton clinching 3rd ahead of Luca Hurst and Stuart Lynn. It's been another all-action year with some great racing from these one-make sports cars, and there will be more of the same in 2016.